What's going on, guys? AFK Tech here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Icy Dock MB326SP-B. So what this is 6 and 2.5 inch, I'm going to call it SSD because I think that's the most applicable use for it. Hot swap cage that goes into a 5 1/4 inch bay, which is your standard CD drive bay. So we're just going to go ahead and take a look at what's on the box here. So one of the cool things about this is it is a toolless hot swap design, which I think is really key for when it's more of a desktop use, because you don't want to have to be screwing and unscrewing the hard drive, because at that point you might as well just be opening up your computer case and putting the drive into the actual cages. So what it does is it has built-in pegs in each of the drive cages that you're able to just set the drive down on and then slide it right into the hot swap bay. So it also has fan cooling, which is super nice. Not that SSDs get hot, but if you are using this with 2.5 inch hard drives, they can get a little warm, and having that those fans on there is actually really handy. Let's go ahead and get it open. So it comes packaged pretty nice in some bubble wrap, and it's a pretty straightforward packaging. So get a little bit of a quick start guide here, toss that off to the side, and then here's the actual device itself. So what you got here is your 6 2.5 inch bays, the hot swap. So they got a little click button, and then they slide out, and then you can put your drive in there onto the toolless design, which is just some pegs, and then you can slide it right back on in and lock it right in. So that's pretty straightforward. I just did it right there, no problem. So what this is set up is so it has the backplane here, and it has 6 individual SATA connections for each one of the 6 drives, and then it has one SATA power on the left hand side in order to power all the different drives as well on this bank, and then another SATA right here for this bank. And so what that probably does is splits the fan load in the same way, so one goes to that and this to that. It also has a fan adapter, so you can have it on high, low, or adaptive, which is super nice. It has temp sensors, that way it's not blowing full blast at all times. You can figure out what is actually needed. So it's a pretty straightforward device. Pretty easy to use, obviously. Let me go ahead and get it installed. Take a little look and make sure, is the SATA 6 working at full blast compared to when you have it just plugged in? Is the backplane doing any bottlenecking? And just to see overall how the functionality is with the hot swap features. One other cool thing that it has is it does have LEDs on the front in order to indicate drive activity, or if you have a drive installed. I'm going to go ahead and install my main drive in one of these, and then also this extra SSD that I had laying around, just to test it out. So overall, the install of the device was pretty straightforward. I had a little bit of trouble actually getting the screws threaded because there's a little bit of paint in the thread holes, but that wasn't really that big of a deal, and it powered right up after I got the SATA ports and the power connected. The only thing to note that I found interesting while actually connecting it is, yeah, I did show you that there was 3 SATA ports on each side, and that can be a little cumbersome because they're kind of close together, so actually getting the ports plugged in, and then if you ever need to remove them for any reason, it could be a little bit tricky. That's kind of one of the big things with enterprise grade hot swap docks, is that they use a different type of cable that you just put one cable in and that covers the entire backplane. But for this specific situation, it worked perfectly. Overall, I'm really happy with the device because it totally works as intended. I got full speed for my SSDs, and it does give me that opportunity and the ability to just pull the SSDs out if I ever need to, if I want to take one out, if I'm installing a new operating system, transferring files on my other dock to something else. It's pretty straightforward, and it really does look pretty cool on the front of the case. So that's all I have for you guys with the Icy Dock hot swap bay. If you guys aren't subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. Follow my Amazon link down in the video description, because that helps me out a ton, allows me to bring these reviews to you guys. This is AFK Tech signing off.